I am so excited to share this podcast with you. It's packed with a lot of healing information about an entirely unique approach, different approach for healing body, mind, and soul. So I want to tell you, I have a really special process to share with you today. It is a deeply healing process that ignites a profound sense of harmony within your body, mind, and soul. And when you bring all those components of your being into harmony, you're creating an energy flow, you're creating vitality, you're creating a process that is filled with healing. I call this process sacred, SACRED. If you would like to know what it stands for and learn how to use this process to transform your life and your health, stay till the end. I promise you it is worth it. When your physical body is feeling discomfort, it's calling for your attention. It needs something, and it's calling you to pay attention, take action, and make a change. So that leaves you with two choices. You can ignore your body's message, which means it will probably just become more irritating until you pay attention to it, or you can seek to understand what your body needs. So how do you really go deep and explore? And the thing about this exploration is when we're feeling physical symptoms, there's usually more going on than just a physical symptom. Healing is not just a physical body issue. It's about all of who we are. So here are some things you can explore if your body is experiencing some discomfort and you're not sure how to move through it in the best way. First, explore if there's something toxic in your life. Is there something or some situation or some person who's really bringing toxicity into your life? So think about that. An environmental toxin, something that you're breathing in, absorbing through your skin, or eating. It could be foods with preservatives, additives, colors, dyes. It could be soaps in your environment. It's so important to get the most chemical-free natural soaps that you can find, like soaps that don't have dyes and colors and perfumes. They are less toxic for your environment. And when you're choosing house cleaners, you can also find those. There's really good brands on the market. But it takes a little searching. And I would invite you to take the time to start being aware of environmental toxins around you. Anything that is next to your skin, anything you're breathing in, anything you're ingesting is very significant. And when you start paying attention to that, you can clear a lot of toxins from your environment. The next thing I'm going to invite you to look at is what is toxic as far as relationships. Do you have relationships with poor boundaries? Do you have relationships with people who are difficult or blaming or narcissistic? Those can all be very toxic to live with and deal with. So that's a little bit of a nudge to, if you're not finding an environmental issue that you could improve, and you probably can, consider your relationships. Can you set better boundaries? Can you be more aware? Can you be aware of what's going on inside of you? Because what's inside of you can be toxic too. What do you think about? Where do you catch your mind going? What are you focusing on during the day? Are you focusing on negative things that limit you? Or are you focusing on something that uplifts you and makes you happy and joyful and makes you feel good about your life? So all of these things can be toxic. Then let's talk about wounding. Wounding is another thing that can be a significant issue. We have all had wounds in life, whether it's a scraped knee or a burn or a cut on the finger, or maybe even a broken bone. We've definitely had our wounds through life. But wounding is not just that. Wounding is also something that is on the inside that you can't see. You can have wounding of trauma, relationships, abuse, assault, natural disasters, losses of loved ones, family members, close friends, jobs, finances. Many of these things can create wounding. So that's another source that when we dwell on it and don't deal with it, can be an issue that we need to heal. Then there's the traumas. Traumas can be really significant also. Traumas can be things like, again, those losses of someone we love, a significant change in our life, a significant loss of something, abuse, people who scam you, abuse you. Any of those things can create traumas in your life. So another thing to be aware of. Then there's your mindset. What goes through your mind every day? Have you ever stopped to just be aware of that? It might surprise you. So I would invite you, if you want to just do a little test and see where you're at, because you may not be where you think you are if you take time to actually measure. If you just decide how many times a day you can set your phone to just give you a little reminder alarm to stop and check in with your mindset and just note, are you having a positive thought or a negative thought? So all you have to do is keep a bunch of little plus or minus signs for the day. And you could do 5, you could do 12, you could do 20. But the more you measure your mindset, the more you get an accurate picture of what kind of mindset you have. And you can determine by the number of negatives and positives, is your mindset really serving you? Is it, if you have a mindset where you're usually coming up with a negative thought when that alarm goes off, then you have some work to do on mindset. And there's a lot of things you can do to improve your mindset. And if you stay with me, there will be more on that in further podcast. So there's also belief systems. What do you believe? Do you believe that the world is a hopeless place? Do you believe that you're limited and you can't improve your life? Do you believe that fear rules your world? If you believe it, your mind and even your subconscious will make it true for you. So I'm inviting you to really explore what's going on with your beliefs. If you believe in holding on to anger or hatred, that can be a very negative thing for your sense of well-being, your sense of how you feel about yourself and the world. Really important to be aware of those. And then just, what are you thinking throughout the day? When something comes up that could be irritating, do you stay with your thought of irritation? Like maybe your coworker is making irritating noises. Maybe your kids didn't pick up their mess. Are you going to be irritated for 10 seconds or 10 minutes or the whole day? Where do your thoughts go with that? How fast do you take a negative and turn it around to not a big deal? And then there's also saving the big deal for the big deal. Like, really? Is it really something to mess up your day, mess up what you're thinking and also what you're feeling? Because emotions are part of this too. If somebody does something to irritate you, can you let it go and realize it's not yours to control? Or can you pay attention to how long this hangs on for you. And just try to find ways to give yourself some positive talk, to let it go, to really put it into perspective of your day, of how important it really is. And if something is really consistently bothering you in a significant way, you need to have a conversation about it where you speak up. And usually it's a good idea to start with just the facts, not your opinions, not your anger, and just say, I noticed this, and it needs to be a fact, not your judgment. And I'm just wondering if it's something that you could possibly change or adjust in some way so that we can make the environment more comfortable for everybody. So it's that approach of negotiation, accepting that other people see things in a different way, that help our thoughts, emotions, and yes, even our behavior to get better, to be more uplifting, to be more life supporting, more health supporting. So our behavior can be patterns that we've learned all our life from our family, from our social groups, from everything that's impacted us. Behaving in new ways that support health, that allow us to be happy, that allow us to be joyful, and let go of little irritations in life will certainly add to our health. So those are the things I wanted to share with you today. And I really hope that you will take some time to explore these things when you're looking for what makes you feel uncomfortable in your body, mind, or soul. Now, I would love to share this process with you that is very deeply healing, and it's what healing looks like at the very deepest levels. And I call this the steps of sacred. We'll start with the letter S. S is for sovereignty. Sovereignty is the freedom to live the inspiration of your heart and your soul. This inspiration is such a powerful thing that can take your life to the next level. The next letter is A, awareness of the deeper truth that is held within your heart and soul. Your heart is multidimensional, and there is so much amazing truth of who you are as a soul, your soul gifts, your soul purpose, and your highest life path are all in your heart, just waiting for you to become aware and listen to the truth of your heart and soul. When you listen to that truth, it brings you into your highest alignment for life, and it puts you on your greatest path and takes you to your purpose and helps your gifts blossom. It is truly time for our gifts to blossom. The world needs these gifts of the hearts and souls of those who are ready. C is for consciousness. Conscious choice to trust in that inner truth. It takes courage. It takes faith. But that inner truth is the game changer. And sometimes it seems like the outer world has so much more logic, and it does. But the inner truth has multidimensional wisdom that is connected to your soul. It has knowing beyond the capacity of your logical mind. So listen to that sacred heart. It is safe to trust it, even though the logical voices in the world around you and in the people around you seem so powerful, so tangible. And the inner voice of your heart seems like a whisper, like a concept, like, is that really real? Is this my imagination? Is this just an idea floating around in your head? No. Your heart is powerful and it knows the way. but it's also gentle, and it takes time and practice. Every time you trust your heart, you grow your ability to have the faith and the courage to trust in it more and to trust for bigger action and bigger guidance. Let's go to the letter R. R is for responsible. You are responsible for your action or inaction. When you are given the whispers of the heart, if you are trusting in them, you'll take action even when it seems counter logical. The intuition of your heart is there to guide your way. It's literally your inner guidance system to light up the path of your greatest possibilities, of your highest purpose, of your very best life. But to do that, you have to listen, trust, and take action. So if you take action and you stretch yourself to do something you didn't think you can do, it'll be easier next time. If you're afraid to act, and if you just like, well, I'm not sure that's really the logical solution, I don't know if I'll do that, then it'll be harder to get to that place of trust the next time. So either way you go, inaction creates a path to more inaction. Taking action on trust and inner truth helps make it easier and expands you and makes you stronger for bigger, more amazing steps in your life. Now we go to the letter E. E is for empowering your best life. And that's what happens when you follow this guidance. What do I mean, best life? It takes you to a choice that is the best for you in your given situation. It knows your soul path. It knows your gifts. It knows all that's going on in the situation around you. And it's truly there. That guidance is there to empower your best choice. So claim that empowerment. Know that there's power in following guidance. And as you do this, it's very cool. Things will start to work together in amazing ways. I mean, just amazing. Things that you could never pull together suddenly come together when you're following this guidance. The other very cool thing is synchronicities start to pop up in your life, and your life just starts to flow in a whole new way. You are tapping in to the harmony of life when you empower your life by following the inner guidance. The last letter in sacred is D. Discover the adventure of freedom, of being fully alive and living the adventure of your soul. You didn't come into this lifetime to play small or to be stopped by the feeling or illusions of fear and limitation. You came here to embrace your greatest possibilities, to explore the expansive heart of love that you're growing in this lifetime, and to be the brightest light that you can be. So I'm challenging you today to bring the deepest healing to your life by discovering the truth of who you are and embracing it. That is what the sacred process is truly about. And that is what healing is really about. It takes you back to the deepest truth of who you are without trying to fit into what you think you're supposed to be, or what you think people expect of you, or what someone told you you should do. Your inner truth is a powerhouse of health for your body, mind, and soul. I invite you to give it a try and experience the transformation that can turn your dreams into your reality. Thank you for joining me today.